and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish I could turn back time to the good old days. I still sleep when I was stressed out. We used to turn back time to the good old days. And I still sleep when I was stressed out. I was stressed out.
Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's come from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever.
Because of vanity, get it? I love this song. Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. We used to turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep when I was stressed out. Now they want us to go get jobs, you get it? To use the good old days. Saying us, it used to be about the family, about the mama, and now we stressed out. Bills, money, sex. They run it. Boom it up before we start. We don't need to make money. We need to love. 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 Connect with spirit. We used to turn back time to the good old days when mama sang us to sleep when I was stressed out. We used to turn back time to the good old days when mama sang us to sleep when I was stressed out. I wear my wigs on the top of my head because it looks better that way to me. It's a lot less work. Used to pray pretend, you need the money. Used to pray pretend, used to pray the prophet's name. Fire across the way. Blizzard number 2. You need to make money. 2006, yeah. Oh, that was super fun. That was a prelude to actual video for today. Welcome to Ishira's World. I'm your life coach. 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 Ishira's World. I'm your life. I'm your life. I'm your life coach. Hi everyone, my name is Ishira, and today I have an itchy wig on, but it's all good. I still like the style. And like I said, you guys, please keep your personalities in check when you're wearing them. Today's Circle of Love on this beautiful blizzardy day in New York City, 2016, 10:02 a.m. on Friday, February 5th. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, you guys. This is Ishira, your international life coach, and today's Circle of Love is entitled Corporations Equal Programming. Corporation equal programming. And people who don't know what programming is, the movie Matrix gives you a great whole movie perspective on what the fuck programming is and how they implement it in our day-to-day lives as we live on their life board. But I gotta give a warning from Ishira. I have to give you guys a quick warning because remember, as time moves, time changes. So I'm going to give you the information that I know on what corporations are and how they equal programming. But please keep in mind that times, consistencies, amounts may vary in this video. So don't take it too much to accurately when it comes to the amounts, because remember, I lived in the 1975 to now 2016. So my perspective was when I was walking through life, from the people that I've met and from what I've experienced in life. So just please keep that in mind before we start the video, so you just know things do change. So this is just a short, rough draft of the information I wanted to share regarding corporations, which equal programming. All right, keep in mind that corporation is a give and take. They give you something you think they're giving you, and then you give them back something, which is usually money or respect. Okay, so corporations can utilize this art for bad and make it into a slavery type situation, like they've made it now in this day. And this causes people not to go outside of self to search for answers, when in all actuality, to get answers, you need to go within self. Nothing out here in this world will tell you or share with you any pertinent information that you need to uplift your spirit and uplift your world. I feel like my glasses are blurry, and I just cleaned them. I am so sorry. But again, you have to know what's important in life, and what's important in life is uplifting your mind and your spirit, and not chasing a check or chasing whatever you're chasing. All right, a quick breakdown of all the different systems. I'm just going to give you a quick list, and then I might go into some specifics about certain lists. I don't think I'm going to go into specifics about all of them, but I'll go into the pertinent ones so you know what's involved. I think I did a pretty good breakdown of corporation equaling programming. And there are many examples of corporation. But first you have to keep in mind, and I have to share with you, that you yourself, that me, myself, Ishra TSS, is a corporation herself. They have set it up in this world where as soon as you're born, you are a prospective paycheck, whether you're giving money or whether they're giving money to you. So know that you yourself is a program, and any children you bear on this earth is going to be a prospective check, which is a prospective, like slavery. They have everyone bamboozled just because they took out black slavery and they replaced it with thinking you're free slavery. To me, it's not the same thing, but I'm a different situation altogether. But you yourself are considered a corporation. Flat out, you should know that, whether you know that or not. If you don't know that, then I'm here to tell you. Speaking the truth. Okay, know that the world of the United States of America, if you ever have a worry about how to move around in America, just think this fact. The United States of America is a playing board. Think of it metaphorically as a playing board. And corporations are the tools that they use to push people around and to give them the illusion of freedom, buying things, selling things, opening up your business, going to school, paying for a mortgage that owns to a house, getting money from a bank that doesn't really even have money, but it's computer circulated money. All of that. Take all of that into consideration and realize that you're just one pawn in a very huge system. You're either living life like checkers or you're playing life like chess. And chess is the enlightened path, where checkers is the I want this, I want that, I want this man, I want that man, I want this for my son, I want that for my... No, your main focus should be chess moves. How is this making me better? Should I be doing this to make me better? Am I doing this to make me better? Am I supposed to be doing this to make me better? What do I need to know about my ancestors? I need to know where I come from. Like any journey where you are learning about your path and where you come from as a seed, as an atom, is a chess move to me. short and sweet and to the point. But just keep in mind that there are 6 families in this United States of America that run this place. So for you to understand that there are 6 families that run this place, you have to understand that there are 6 different corporations. Disney being one of them. I don't know all of them, but Disney is one of them. And these corporations, because they made selling the soul to the devil type situation deals with outside terrestrials, outside of the human being, they are now playing a part in the game called life and being able to extract, and generation after generation their families are eating as they slowly take away the true blessing to the chosen of Africa, which are the Moors. Okay, so know and know that everyone is derived from a war. So if you're married to a white person, I have no problem with you, because I believe whites are just the kicked out tribe of Africa. We kicked them out because they were doing a whole bunch of stuff they weren't supposed to be doing. So you come from dark skin. I would never have a problem with someone. Sometimes my ego rubs me the wrong way and be like, oh, why is that more man with that Caucasian, Caucasus Mountain woman? But outside of that, I don't judge people, because I'm into more so love so than anything else. You know, there's a lot of hardcore people that's like, black should rule, fuck the whites. I'm not like that. I think free love should be given out all around without a problem. But that's either here or there. So know that your social security card and know that your birth certificate are 2 forms and manifestations in this world that make you the slave that they turn you into, you know, generation after generation. And know that businesses are corporations. Know that incorporated and even nonprofits are a type of corporation. Just remember, the 6 families are the 6 different corporations that run this world. They made a deal with the Grays, if you don't know. And after they made the deal with the Graves, they came from 0 to 100 real quick. They had nothing. When we kicked them to Europa, they had nothing. But when they made that deal with the Grays, and then they started connecting with the Grays mentally, to start thinking of this war and thinking of this overpowering and saying we're going to get back those Africans who kicked us out. Like, I get why white people are mad at us. I get it. Like, if you don't see it, then you don't see it. But I get why white people are mad at us. It's because we kicked them out of our land. So they made a deal with the devil and they ended up getting control back. So we're, again, slaves to the people who were our slaves around the Moorish time to begin with. So that's also a good thing to keep in mind. Also, another corporation outside of yourself and businesses are the religion corporation. What I don't like about religion, and why I'm not a partaker of religion, I respect it, and I'll never talk smack about any particular religion, because I believe all of them have a little bit of truth in the universal law truth of what life is and where life's come from and how deep life is. But religion tends to utilize the split thinking personality, where I'm into more of the one-mindedness, chess playing personality. They utilize more so of the checker plays, because they need people to need them, want them, feel like they can't live without them. That's why they get these artists in the entertainment field, because they show them a little bit of the spiritual world that we as people, regular people who walk on this life, who live from paycheck to paycheck, they show you a little bit of the spiritual world. And it's either you're going to be homeless and live that mediocre life, or for the rest of this living life, have a whole bunch of people adore you and love you, and have your legacy and your children never want for nothing, no matter how bad the situation is. This is why I would never judge an entertainer, and why I would be able to work with one, because I know, as being an ex-entertainer, because I used to be an entertainer when I was younger, I knew when I wanted to do music, that's all I wanted to do. Like the young girl, Nakia, she's a little young rap artist, very talented. She's going hard trying to have Jermaine Dupri recognize her for his little reality show and things of that nature. I was hungry like that girl, super uber hungry. And when music is in your spirit, I use music now as a part of my rituals. I use music now as a part of my daily prayer and meditation. I use my music now as a part of my dark spirit ritualistic behaviors and ways to enhance my drawing capacity because, like I said, I work from inside of home. I get my money from inside my house. I run my own business. I pay my taxes. So I attract from in my home. So my home is very important to me. And that's why the decisions I make when it comes to where I live, who I live with, how I live is very important because my home environment must be at the highest peak of resonating infinity and love at its highest vibrational core because that's where I make my money. And I learned a long time ago when I tried job after job that I can't work in a negative environment. It brings me down, it stresses me out. But it doesn't stress me out to the point where people see it because I never show people the negative or sad side of anything that I'm going through. I always keep it positive, but even being positive sometimes rubs people the wrong way. And religion sadly breaks up the true fact, which is we are from oneness. We are from one. Religion dissects religion to make other religions pit after each other. And religion was created in bloodshed. When I found out how the Roman Catholic Church utilized their tactics back in the day and how they used to kill herbalistic people who were considered witches back then, I could never be behind a religion that would kill people for helping people. I couldn't see that. I couldn't see that at all. So know that religion is a form of government, is a form of, corporation that a form of corporation, or you can say form of government or corporation. I think it's the same thing. That makes people perpetrate as if they're needed and that without them they cannot be used. They changed the most important fact about oneness was that you have the power to change, and change that one little part from you have the power to change to we're giving somebody else the power to change. And just doing that puts someone in a slavery mentality to always run to a false god, which is not a good situation if you're trying to enlighten yourself. Okay, so, and the ironically second, I'm not second because I think it's more than two I said. Ironically, the next corporation I want to talk about is school systems. Now, school systems, the reason I don't gel with school systems is because they train our children to work and they train backwards. Do you know that in the Egyptian time, in the old school times, we used to write from left to right, but now they're teaching us to write from right to left, and then they break down letters into different accents, and every nation you go to is pronounced different. Don't ever get upset at somebody for pronouncing your name differently from what you were raised on, because when it comes down to it, because of the diverse complexity of language, your name can sound differently in every time someone says my name, Ishira, it comes out different in all nationalities. And I never stress about someone saying my name right because all nationalities say my name differently. But again, what I don't like about school systems is that they teach our children backwards, and they only teach our children to be slave workers. They don't teach our children to use their minds, which I feel is not helping an enlightened path. Also, hospitals are corporations. Hospitals are facilities that house sick people. And with these hospitals, we tend to lean on them too much, and we tend to worry too much, and we tend to utilize these hospitals way more than we need to. Another form of corporation is medicine. Medicine is a corporation because people make money off of medicine. But medicine, in my eyes, synthetic drugs cause death, they cause sickness, and they cause addiction in people. And when addiction is established, all 8 families know that you have generations and generations of loyal devotees when addiction is implemented, or habit or habitual habits is implemented into a system of living or environment. I believe a police station is also a corporation. This corporation is run to you think they're giving you protection, which they are in a certain level, but what they give in protection, they're also giving twice as more in keeping you in check and making sure that you are not out of order if you don't follow their color code systems, because you have to understand that the police station runs on color. And I'm only speaking, you guys, on metaphysical content. So this, and if it's, when it's metaphysical, it's on multiple levels. That's why I feel like my videos are very different from most people, because I gel metaphysical in real life and how it could be acclimated into your life. And this video is going to break down all of the systems of government, all of the programs, all of the corporations, because corporation programming, they're all the same thing. They're all the same thing. They're all the same thing. Systems of control. That's how I look at it. Please know that the police station are just, in my opinion, bullies of other corporations who pay them to make sure that they are keeping people in check, and that crime rates at a certain level and things of that nature. Also, there's another corporation called the FBI. Yeah, don't get it twisted. FBI has nothing to do with the police station. They're two different corporations. And this is just my opinion, but I believe FBI is a private organization that don't share information. And they, I believe, are connected to extraterrestrials. Really, yes. I believe they work with the extraterrestrials to get a lot of their work done, because we're talking about high money. We're talking about like high money here, like the money exchange and the intel that the FBI deals with is serious business. There's also another corporation called the CIA. Have nothing to do with all the others that I just spoke about. But I believe, this is just, again, my opinion, that this is a different set of species that they work with when it comes to the CIA. And I believe it's connected with sex slaves and a different set of interdimensional beings where they utilize their technology and get their technology, again, connecting with them either mentally, third eye wise, or visually, like in a dream, however they choose to connect. They exchange this information and they utilize it to create things like the MLK project. Go on the internet, you could check out to see if you don't know. And keep in mind, my videos are for the people who understand. If you don't get me, I totally get it. Go watch a hair tutorial, one of my hair tutorials, or one of my, rants. My rants are super funny. Anyway, uh, again, metaphysics doesn't have to be boring. That's my main goal for my channel. Also, there are programs called the DDK, and the DTK, no, I just made that up. But reason I put the DDK in is because there are many unknown corporations with high investment banking from most likely some of the corporations I just spoke about, or maybe other outlets. But there are unknown corporations that don't even have names. Perfect example for all my people, please Google it if you don't know. There is a show called um, Persons of Interest, and it's a show that my award-winning actress Taraji, I'm not gonna fuck up her last name, I'll put it down below. Taraji worked in and played in. Sadly, as soon as the black woman kissed as soon as the black main actress kissed the white main actress, she died in the next episode. And this fucking show is running for like three seasons. Like, you have to see and know this little secret society knowledge. Know that you have to keep your eyes spiritually, third eye open all times, and see the obvious truths that they show you in these shows like Persons of Interest. And the reason why I brought it up is because the whole synopsis of the show was a guy with glasses, a nerd guy, built a machine to evade certain people from dying. So every time the machine thought of a number, What he did with his own funds and his own money was he left the program he was working for because a whole bunch of people was trying to get his machine. Please believe and know, if you make something that can be utilized for bad, motherfuckers from all walks of life will try to get it. So that was the premise, that he made a machine that could find out when people are dying, and the government utilized this for the bad. And so he took the machine away from the government. Do you know how much money you need to take a machine from a government? Long story short, he took the machine from the government and hid it away. And the government is basically trying to kill him on every fucking, well, trying to kill the machine or trying to get the machine on every commercial. But they're up to the part where the machine has gone rogue and is not even listening to the maker, which is the parental unit, the nerdy glasses. But anyway, I spoke about the persons of interest is because his corporation was unknown, but he paid killers and assassins to stop certain deaths. That was the whole premise of the show. He had four contracted, no, two contracted killers on payroll and two police officers that helped him just because. And every time he needed to get in a situation, like he needed to utilize this laundromat to get in contact with the number that came up that comes to that laundromat, and he paid for the regular worker who worked at the laundromat for a whole college semester at a dental school. like you have to have money to deal with. You have to have money to move like that in a governmental sense. So know that there are corporations that have no name, that where the money budget is so wide that they can be invisible to everybody. Don't think that these movies are coming up just because the writers are good. No, they're getting this information from true core fact. All information comes from one place. Source, oneness, the universe, from chaos. Everything. I did a picture and a drawing to explain oneness and chaos and how it's merged together to infiltrate and feed this universe everlasting, eternal fluctuation of expansion. All right. So know also that there are unknown name groups like the Black Op corporations. Now this is again completely different corporation from the others I just spoke about. Black Ops are private organizations that have no name, but a lot more people know about them than the unknown corporations. The unknown corporations, not too many people know about them. It's confidential information. Not even the president may know about an unknown, but the president will know about all the Black Ops situations. That's the different levels that you're working with when it comes to government and when it comes to corporation money making and things of that nature. So know that if it's not making money, it's keeping track on what the fuck you're doing, and if you're playing the part that you need to play as an individual in this United States of America. So know that persons of interest plays this because Black Ops, their budgets are sick because people don't know about them. They have clearance for almost about everything. And what Black Ops and let me explain Black Ops. Black Ops are people who work for private organizations that's all investors, that's all trust holders. And they usually try to enlist the bad people, the people who've left the job, the people who's been fired from the job, the people who couldn't handle the job, the crazy people, the people in insane asylums. Like, yo, they get the people mentality wise that they want to fuck with to do the jobs that they need for them to do. So please know that it's serious to the level of craziness and killer assassinness that people can really infiltrate, execute, and complete without a blink of an eye. Telling you, it's serious business out here in this United States of America. So no, I'm gonna give you one secret society secret. Secret society knowledge. Know that you have to see with your third eye all of the truth that's going to be given through you through synchro destiny circumstance. You have to see this. Don't judge your situations. See for what it is. And then when you see it for what it is, which is hurting you, you could be hurt, but don't judge it. Because as soon as you start judging, you're judging that person on why they do this, why they do that. No. Assess your feelings about the situation. Be hurt. Be angry. Be pissed. Be upset. Do what you have to do to let it out. Punch. Ooh. Sacred sound it up. Burn money to the gods. Be like, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. I'm giving money to my family because I'm feeling good despite the bullshit. Because if you blessing your ancestral situation by burning your ancestral money and giving it to your ancestors, giving it to your deity, giving it to the gods, then you're setting yourself up for a beautiful, beautiful blessing. You're setting yourself up for a beautiful, beautiful blessing. So when you do this and you get hurt and you go through the feelings of being hurt and then you're over it, please know and understand that if you think just for one quick minute, why is this person flipping out? Why is this person tripping? Like when my neighbors threatened my life and then I lost my baby and I found out 3 months later that she's pregnant, I could have been ego like, how come this bitch got pregnant? She threatened my life. She has her baby now, and I lost my baby. I lost my man. I lost my home. I lost everything. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot stay focused on the whys because every hurt is set up to teach you something. So then I realized what that hurt was teaching me, and that hurt was teaching me that life is not about questioning the whys. It's about experiencing it and doing better. And I started thinking, why was she tripping on me? Why was he tripping on me? Does he want me subconsciously? So because he wants me subconsciously, he wants to fight with me. Or like the last time when his wife came to my door and threatened my life, it's because I looked at him wrong. He started arguing with me because I looked at him wrong. And so he got upset, got his wife from work. She cussed me out in front of my house and everything. Like, you have to wonder why people wild out. You can't wonder, oh, they're disrespecting me. Fuck that shit. I'm going to kill these bitches. Fuck, fuck, fuck. No, you can't. You have to realize that hurt and bullshit stems from the root of hurt and bullshit. So you have to figure out what's going on with them and not necessarily help them, but understand where the hurt is coming from. Because once you understand where the hurt is coming from, the hurt doesn't have power to suck up your energy anymore. So keep that in mind when people piss you off, when you get upset about fucked up situations. Okay? Definitely keep that in mind. There are other corporations called political parties. Political parties to me are corporations because to me, political parties are just the pretty boys of all the ugly species who run this world. And example, Jay-Z. You see how much money Jay-Z makes, and he's a pretty boy of rap. And he made a lot of money, but imagine the people who expanded Jay-Z to the level that he is now. Can you imagine how much they made? So to me, the political parties, to me are the pretty boys who are the front players for this world to do all the pretty boy business they need to do in government. Long story short. And the ugly boys I'm speaking of are the extraterrestrial species like the reptilians. And there may be others, but I definitely know the reptilians are involved with the political party candidates. Yes, even Barack Obama. And I heard a rumor that Michelle Obama was gay, and I saw a couple, not gay, but was used to be a man. And I don't think she used to be a man. I just think her and Selena have very masculine, warrior-like, it's a garbage can passing by, a garbage machine passing by, a warrior-like features, and they tend to look a little manly. But the pictures that they synthetically made. Oh, do I need to move up? The pictures that they synthetically made the pictures that they synthetically made um, from a couple of the YouTube shows that I saw makes you think, uh what is her name? The black tennis player who dated Drake. I forgot her name. They think she's a man. And who's the other one? Oh, Mrs. Obama. What you doing? Right. A car just rolled up and parked in front of me, and this is a corner. This is a corner street, and I don't know why in the middle of a blizzard he parked his car at the corner. I'm flipping out. Okay, so know that again, the reptilians are the species that I'm speaking of when I speak of the people who are of the front players of the ugly reptilian species that run the world, run this earth. Also, another corporation I have to speak about is the Welfare Corporation. Yes, to me, the welfare is a corporation too. Welfare is a program where they give low income and no money having individuals um, a monthly stipend for, in my day, it was 40 hours. I'm not on welfare no more, but 40 hours of work. And they also give you medical coverage and childcare coverage for that 40 hours of work. And um, I need to just say one thing about welfare, and that is you have to make sure your truth is known. Like your truth has to be known, and the best way that your truth is known is through documentation. Paperwork is very important when it comes to welfare. So if I can give you any little scoops of knowledge, paperwork is important. Also, recording it and writing down for your own records is something that you should always do and take care of when it comes to any type of business of welfare. And remember, they only know what you tell them. Okay, also, there's another corporation called Section 8. Now, Section 8 is what the government calls a program that helps individuals rent with their monthly rents by covering 70% of the rent, and the individual, if they're in the program, has to pay 30% of the rent for as long as they live. Okay. Now, also with welfare, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, also with welfare, there's food stamps where you can get a certain amount of food allotment. And you can also get food stamps individually. You can also get medical individually. But welfare usually includes everything: medical, food, and cash. And I believe they can go as low as $200 a month for that 40-hour work week when you're on welfare. But it fluctuates and changes in different states and time zones and things of that nature. Now, know with Section 8 and that corporation is that, again, paperwork is very important. I know a lot of people on Section 8, and Section 8, just like welfare, you have to know the rules and you have to know how to work around it to efficiently get everything that you need from them, but at the same time giving them what they need from you. So basically, to get on Section 8, you have to get on the waiting list, then get an appointment to get the voucher, then get the voucher. And once you get the voucher, then you can start looking for an apartment. Now, until you make around 40,000, I believe is the cap for when they kick you out of the Section 8 program. I'm not too sure. You have to do your own due diligence for that, but I believe it's 40,000. Once you start making 40,000 a year, then Section 8 believes you can take care of yourself and you don't qualify for the program anymore. Also keep in mind that the voucher holder must cover 30% of the rent. Right now, for a long time, Section 8 holders has had a very bad name. And it's true, there are some bad Section 8 recipients, but there are also some bad tenant paying people too. I feel like it depends on spiritually the type of person you deal with, because I know a lot of great Section 8 people that work their damnedest to make sure that any corporation, whatever corporation that person has to go to get things paid, will get paid. But there are some people who don't care. There are some people who don't give a fuck, and they destroy the homes, put holes in the homes, don't pay the rent, don't try to pay the rent, don't try to talk to the landlord. I need to tell you guys, no matter how disrespectful the landlord is, you have to speak to the landlord, because that's the man that you give money to for his apartment. And if you're not, you're accumulating bad juju, bad energy. And if, to me, like in my situation, when the landlord told me, I need for you to go, I don't want to renew your lease, I went hardcore to look for a new place and found a new place as quickly as possible and did what I had to do to move out, because I knew every day I stayed in that apartment, energy of me not wanting to be there, my landlord not wanting me to be there, is just fluctuating an attraction of negativeness. So do yourself a favor and don't wait for the courts to kick you out. Get out of the apartment, even if you have to move into a shelter, even if you have to go and move in with your sister or your brother, even if you have to put everything in storage and just get the fuck out of their house. You do what you need to do. Some people, long story short, needs that much time to get out of an apartment, needs that year, 2 years they can get if they play their cards right with the courts. You know, some places they kick you out immediately. Some places like New York, you can stay in the place for like 2 years before they mandately kick you out. I think 1 year too. You know, so juju wise, I think the sooner you get out, the better, if you're not going to keep up with the payments. Here are some good tidbits for anybody who's looking for Section 8 information, and this is the following. Know that you have to try to keep up with your fees. You have to try to keep up with your paperwork. You have to try to keep up with your appointments. You have to try to keep up with your inspections. You have to try to keep up with paying your share of the rent. You have to try to keep up with whatever you do diligently in life to keep you efficient. And the best way to do that is metaphysically focus on yourself and your oneness, and everything basically will work itself out. And check out my other videos for tidbits on that. Just know that if you try to keep up with things, things will usually work out. And I'm going to give you another secret society. No, I'm going to give you a juicy Jew tidbit. Juicy Jew tidbit. Juicy Jew. Oh, juicy Jew. Tidbit. If you approach everything with a positive perspective, and even the bitchy people who are at these bitchy jobs, who don't like their bitchy lives, who stay bitching at you because of their bitchy situation, and you can constantly feed to them positivity, love, and excitement, and make you your most important perspective and thought focus, that is a magical synergy that causes you to attract and move quicker to whatever you're doing at that whatever moment, at that whatever time. Okay? Please know that. That's like a definite fact. Keep in mind, spirituality is very key when you're dealing with Section 8. So know that your best interest, again, spiritual wise, when getting kicked out or when dealing with a lover who doesn't make you happy, or dealing with stress and strife or fucked up situations and environments, learn to back up from them and not allow them to even get into your atmosphere. When I say atmosphere, I'm speaking about your state of mind. Energy goes where energy flows. You also deal with something called transfers with the Section 8. When you're dealing with something called transfers with Section 8, you're dealing with moving from within the state that you got the Section 8 and looking for another place to live in another house within that state. There's also something called portability, where, because Section 8 allows you to move in any of the whatever 42 states that are included in the United States of America game of life. So wherever, if you want to go outside of the state of where you come from, you would request a portability. What I can tell you, what I learned from a lot of my clients with portability, is that make sure your port has been sent to the place that you're going to before you make plans, before you head out there, because Section 8 is known for their snags, and you have to make sure that you do everything in a correct pattern, because you don't want to head out. If you don't want to leave New York and then go to Texas and your voucher is still in New York, make sure your voucher has ported out. Make sure your voucher has transferred out to wherever, because sometimes, like if you're in New York and you want to transfer to Brooklyn, you would have to transfer to Brooklyn. You can't use a voucher from Queens and Brooklyn. So know that, make sure that your paperwork is taken care of before you start making plans to move around. Okay, that's very, very important. Also, have a budget prepared if you're doing any type of moving, even if it's $100. Have some type of budget and write down what's most important to you and do what needs to be done for that move. Okay? All right. And also, goes without saying, during this Blizzard 2016, keep in mind that not stressing helps you internally, helps you outwardly, and helps anyone around you. Like, do not stress, because I believe that every snag that I deal with in life is meant for my betterment. And betterment, I mean situation, meaning if I set up a trip to my homeland, Haiti, and then it gets canceled over some stupid shit, or the person I was meant to go with cancels out on me. Yeah, I'd be hurt, but the long picture, I'll understand that there's a reason why I didn't go to Haiti. There's a reason why my friend couldn't go with me. And you have to understand that every hurt, every issue, every drama is set up synchro destiny wise for your utmost and highest return. But because the government, because the corporations, because the program has infiltrated your brain, they keep you caught up on their bullshit and not true source, which is keeping an enlightenment and an alignment with self and spirit, that you miss these opportunities. You don't see these opportunities, and you miss out on these chances to reach your destiny. And or you miss out on, or you get too scared to pull out of certain situations that you need to pull out of. Like, to live an enlightened life, you live a life very different from other people. Like, I've experienced living in outside of New York. I can say truthfully, my sisters have never lived outside of New York. So I just say that to say this, like, when you're an enlightened person, you do different things, you feel different things, you experience different things. So even if you're enlightened and in these programs, you don't have to allow these programs to dictate who you are as a person. If you approach these programs in a positive state of being, trust me, shit will always run smoothly for you. Trust me, shit. And I'm a spiritual healer that don't have too many clients, and I could tell you I'm a bad bitch. Like, the way I create magic in my life is crazy, and I love my life, and I never want for nothing, even though this world considers me a low income mother with her own business. You could consider me whatever the fuck you want to consider me. I just know that I love my life, and my life is great, and I live a queen's life, and I want for nothing. So just know that not stressing is very good for your situations dealing with any of these corporations. Know that for a fact. My secret society secret number 2 is, remember, if you receive all of these programs with positivity and leave from every mistake knowing and gain from every mistake, then I know for a fact that your gains will be infinite. I know for a fact that your gains will be infinite if you approach any corporation on a positive perspective, no matter what. I know it's hard, but work on it. And as time goes by, you become a master at that shit. And it's like the foggy, like there was a movie when I was young called, was it Snake? Anaconda, Reptilians, V! Oh my God! It was called V! 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 V! And it was about a snake. It was about a snake entities coming to Earth and taking over the world, and they lived inside of the human bodies of they interbreeded with the humans to create these hybrids, just like how our life was truly created centuries and centuries in time warps ago. There's also another corporation I have to speak of, because we are closing down to the end of the video. SSI. SSI is another corporation that I believe is a subject I need to talk about. SSI is a corporation that helps retirement people by giving them money on a monthly installment payment of retirement people, special need kids, special need adults, and also people who are permanently injured and are not going to be fixed after getting hurt or something. Know that SSI is utilized for people who need financial assistance, but who are not of fully sound body and mind and need that governmental help because they're not fully sane in their mind. But that's not necessarily true, because I know a couple of bipolar um, recipients who tried to get SSI and they couldn't, even though they were diagnosed with bipolar, you know, even though they couldn't use their leg for the rest of their life, still get denied. So it's whoever they choose to accept or not accept. Keep in mind that SSI, in SSI, if you're 40, you're considered young. You're not considered old until like 50, 60. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay? And know that retirement, if your job don't have retirement funds, you're almost fucked. But just try your best to work as much as you can, because it all accumulates at the end. But you could enlist in programs like 401ks at works and things of that nature, and pension plans and retirement funds. These are other ways that'll help you accumulate money for your retirement if you don't want to depend on the government. Special education is reared to special needs children. These are the children with autism. These are the children with ADHD. These are the children with multiple sclerosis and any type of crazy disease that they're going to need help in to deal with their daily ways of living. SSI is more like the daily ways of living help corporation. They help you with your daily ways of living, as to Section 8 helps poor people with homing, and as to welfare helps people with cash and funds and benefits. Know that with special education, you get transportation for your child, which is really, really good when they're in a program. Be careful with special education, because their main operative metaphysically is to get your kids on medication, because every medication is a paycheck for somebody. So just know that if you want to help your child metaphysically, if there's special needs, what I suggest is that you watch what they eat, watch what they see with their eyes, watch what they learn, watch what they do, watch how they do things, watch how you teach them. All of this, I feel, plays a major role in helping your child, because it's easy to give our kids a pill, and because most of the world is programmed, it's easier to just give your child a pill than to work diligently every day in the lifestyle, again, in the lifestyle, to better the life outside of the fictitious world. Please keep in mind, you guys, all of this is fake. This car is fake. This wig is fake. These glasses are fake. None of this is substantially real. What's real is the mind that creates all of this. Our minds are so powerful that we're all simultaneously, like the Matrix showed visually, with how they create, how the computers created the the human beings, when they decided, you know what, we don't need human beings to make human beings. We can make human beings ourselves. Like, we created this United States of America with our third eye. And you could picture it as visually us just sitting in the chair creating all of this, creating the guy, creating the car, creating the YouTube video. But we're all connected under this one system of how vibrational sound is connected, and we all get to experience this style if we want to. We all get to experience this car if we all to. We all get to experience this video sharing if we want to. So know that again, SSI is only for the people who need help in living because they're not fully functional. But just know that staying away from the drugs to me would be the best, because in my eyes, kids on medication to me look like zombie children. They look like they're medicated, and I feel that the drugs affect their brain. And I rather deal with the hyper child than I rather give my son things, herbal things. Okay, here are some great things you can give a child holistically outside of medication. Make sure they don't watch nothing negative. Make sure that you try to keep it as positive as possible when it comes to the things you say to them, to the things that they experience within the house or whoever is babysitting them. When it comes to what you teach them, when it comes to what you show them, try your best to utilize omega 3s. You give them omega 3s or omega 3 oils, omega 3 whatever. You give them that. You give them their allergy balance, their bronchial. My son has asthma, so sometimes I substitute the nebulizer or the inhaler for, because I don't like using the inhaler because it's a very concentrated dose of medication. But I like to give him something called bronchial soothe, which is an herbal extract made to soothe bronchial passages. Like, I go to vitamin shops, herbal places for most of my son's needs. But when he need, like in weather like this, I just recently took him to the hospital. So it's like you have to balance out the two, because a doctor will talk complete shit. And I'll let you know this now. A doctor will talk about complete shit about herbs, and will talk shit about herbs and stuff, knowing that herbs, if you get the right herbs, the non-generic ones, the ones that are made with holistic ingredients and things of that nature, and with a company that cares about how it's made and what's used to make it and things of that nature. If and you think, oh, you think it's super easy. Oh, I'm just gonna start eating healthy. Or I'm gonna start living healthy. Like, they make you sometimes think that what you're doing is healthy, but in all actuality, when you look in under the fine print, you're not. So you have to be careful. You have to be really careful when you start to choose the path of living better, breathing better, because then in turn, if you do that for your child, you have to be consistent with it. Because if you're not consistent with it, and then your child starts the bad habits again, it is what it is. You're not as consistent as the person who runs the household. And that's why I guess I'm really hardcore about who is allowed in my house. I'll kick a man out in a heartbeat. I don't play no games. And I just recently kicked another man out, and it's because he couldn't keep his vibrational level. Like, a lot of women are used, like the lady who lives upstairs from me, like, a lot of women are used to aggressive, negative men, who act in an aggressive gangster. Like, I dated gangsters, but I never acted like gangsters. Like, I dated gangsters, but I never acted like. I would never go to no woman's house and be like, bitch, I will kill you. I don't care if I married the man. No, it's not that serious. And to calculate correctly, she was pregnant at the time when she did that shit to me. If I'm doing my math right, she was pregnant at the time. So all that negative, I think, is not even good for the baby, because when you get pregnant, and if you're angry throughout the pregnancy, then the baby kind of will come out angry, or will end up growing to be angry. It's like, energy is real serious business, and people who don't take energy into consideration are people I really don't fuck with too tough, for real, real. So know that no meds is the best way, and anything you have to do on a habitual time pattern is not, to me, is good. I think life is about breaks and not doing anything too habitually. Very, very true. So my secret number 3 is keep your wits about you. And when I say keep your wits about you, you have to watch your content on your cigarettes, on your drugs, on your marijuana, whatever, on your medications, on the pills you pop, whatever. Everybody has their vice. Whatever you choose to do. Listen, I may not sniff hair on, but I do have an occasion to eat a double bacon cheeseburger when I'm crying to the point where I can't stop crying. Like, that's that dark magic, when you're crying, and instead of killing somebody, you change that anger energy of killing into into a synergy of crying and just releasing it out in tears and emotion. That is that strong magic. I got to do a video on that. Look out for that video. Dark practices or something like that. I'm not sure. So just know that if you curb your habitual habits, if you curb your vices, then you're helping your situation. Keep your wits about you. Low intake, no carcinogens, cigs, weed, and drugs. Keep it low. Cigs, weed, and drugs. Keep it low. Continue connecting with spirit. Continue connecting with spirit. Continue connecting with life. Continue connecting with your ancestors. That's how you do it. That's right. Continue connecting with spirit. Continue connecting with life. Continue connecting with your ancestors. That's how you live an enlightened life. Enlightenment, the life of a metaphysical kid. Enlightenment, a part of the life of the enlightened, not the Illuminati. Please, you guys are getting confused with the Illuminati. The Illuminati is not these white Jews, these white people who run the earth. They make you think they are illuminated to the point where they gave you the name Illuminati because they want you to call them the illuminated. They fuck with the dark side devils. Religion fuck with a lot of crazy demons. Pastors and priests fuck with a lot of crazy demons. Do not get it twisted. The demon game is real with the Jews. Why do you think the Jews run everything? Like, they pray to some major demons, like, and I'm not judging demonic entities. I think demonic entities are cool for situations like controlling the chosen ones. I mean, perfect situation, but still, seriously, there are many types of demons. I wish I knew all of them. Seriously, I wish I knew all of them. But also know that connecting with the gods and goddess, with a humble heart, no matter the situation, will help you and your path with these corporations, because I feel life is about juggling your corporations and knowing how to deal with your corporations. Juggling your corporations is what life ends up being. Learning about juggling life and learning how to deal with these corporations and not allowing these corporations to get you upset and angry and pissed off and things of that nature. So please believe. Know that you can also practice body magic, you guys. You can also practice body magic. Like I told you, when you're angry about something to the point where you want to kill somebody, cry out and just cry and just cry and just cry. The tears the tears will be is it's like a physical magic manifestation of synergy and karmic get back to bring to you what you're looking for. And to me, it's like a dark form of magic practice that works. Anyway, you guys, I really enjoyed this chat, and I just felt like doing it because me and my son was home alone today on this crazy second blizzard instance, and this was in my spirit, and I had to do this video, and I'm glad I did it because I always wanted to do a video on the corporations of the United States of America. Also, the presidential system. Oh my God, that's a corporation too, because the presidential system is a completely different corporation outside of, it's a part of the political parties, but it's definitely a different entity, a different corporation, the presidential house and everything of that nature. But anyway, thanks you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. It's been another one. Ishara's world. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you soon next time in my world. Bye.